Chicken police, paint it red. Let's go ahead. Swing option. I want to make sure. Why do I say text speed? Let's get normal and let's get it fast. I don't think I have to say anything. Subtitles, of course, are on because there's actually dialogue. So, dead men are heavier than broken hearts.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home.
Hopefully, maybe
Yeah,
get out of the
that's
way.
me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police.
The
But
legendary
buying a pack of
Chicken
smokes
Police.
is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too.
Blood Red Moon. Chicken Police. Paint it red.
Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment, and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature.
Okay.
I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement.
Ooh, 121 days left.
What could possibly go wrong?
Ah, you said it. Why would you do that? Also, this is apparently a rather old shirt, as it and my gut are arguing about what's going on. What do we got here?
Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
Ooh. All right, so navigate around, move camera, interact. Whoop, whoop. All right, let's look around of what we got. We got nothing over here.
Books I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has.
Yep, those sound important.
Every whiskey
Cheap
has
whiskey.
the same color nowadays. At least in this price range.
Pets.
I don't even know what these papers are.
Are you like... Okay, I can interact with that. Are you an actual cop?
We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course, Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight. This is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life, before Molly left me and took our daughter.
Oh, what a bitch.
The good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes.
Yeah, that
M.B.
doesn't make any
Davis,
sense.
the eternal king of jazz. The photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge, and my pants. The Wild Gentlemen. Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground.
Someone's a little grouchy.
I don't even know where the key is. Whatever's inside is gonna stay there forever.
I mean, it looks like it's got a glass front, so if dire need,
I don't see colors anymore. Only emptiness. Everything faded. I need another drink.
All right. Oh, whoa.
Legs that go on for days.
Okay, you don't have to select it. You
Deep,
can just
dark eyes.
flick it.
Silky skin and voice.
How do you know what her
You're
voice
in
sounds
big
like? You haven't
trouble,
talked to her
pal.
yet.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
Pass.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me,
know what?
Mr. Featherland.
I'm sorry, but for a chicken, I'm expecting him to be bigger, but he's a pretty lean chicken.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I that easy to read?
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited
How would
yourself
you do
in,
the mocap
would you
for
like
that?
a drink?
It's just
I don't usually drink.
Well, I've got to have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
okay.
Ah, thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
All right, the codex.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
Well, hold on. If you're not taking the case on, why are you? You don't want to hear about it, do you?
I promised myself I'd write a novel one day.
Yeah, that worked out.
Behind that door lies the kingdom of dirty clothes, cigarette butts, and empty bottles.
Oh, I didn't have the light switch on. All right.
That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window.
She's seeing
And
some
finally,
trouble.
They painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
Red, you say?
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please, that's why I'm here.
You're here for me to ask you questions? Okay, so... Like the eye closes and it's like, I can see everything in the room with my mind's eye. Ooh, what's in the drawer? I didn't check the drawer.
She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know. My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal. My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine.
So
So I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes, just in case.
Okay, well, hopefully that'll work. All right. That's questioner. Subject, John Doe. Focus, this fellow is rather suspicious. I need to concentrate on that. Focus, suspicion. Focus on what you know about the suspect. Is he or she suspicious? Concentrate on that. Is he suspicious? Am I suspicious? Why are you suspicious? Gather impressions from the suspect. Every impression adds a new question line. Detective meter. This is your best friend. It shows how well the questioning is going. Keep it the positive side, okay?
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I could scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
Okay, phrasing. Say, okay. Deborah Ibanez. You must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I just said that. So, select questioning.
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
Hold on for a second. Nope, never mind.
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
Okay.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you. If
Okay.
not even
I mean,
more.
the fact that I've got the jingos of a female and a head of a deer standing in front of me, you don't know how unpleasant this is. All right. Tell me which part of the city do you live in. Are you sure you're all right? No. Okay. Let's. Is that good? No, I believe that would be bad. Well, let's break the ice a little bit and get to know you a little bit better.
Tell me, which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flowerville, maybe?
Look, I don't want to answer that. I'm
Never
here on
mind.
behalf of my employer and not on personal business.
Fair point, Deborah. Let's try a different approach.
My bad. I thought maybe. Let's see. Stop playing Five for Praise, Sunshine, and start singing. Now she's shy and doubtful, so I don't want to go that route.
Why did you have to visit me this particular evening?
I have my reasons. I may look like a silly little fawn, and maybe I am, but I still have common sense.
I don't doubt that for a second, Miss Ibanez.
This day is essential to my mistress, and she thought it's also important to you.
This day's
A
important.
message in itself, for sure. But to be honest, even you are.
You know what? I'll just take that as a compliment, even if it wasn't meant as such.
I take it I'm going on the plus side. I guess. It just said plus 10, so I don't know if that's okay. If you even know what you want, you're born and raised.
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer?
Asking the tough
herself?
questions now.
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She
Katsenko.
hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
Okay.
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
That kind of
I
woman.
don't know what you mean.
I don't either.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
Okay. How'd you get this address? What exactly you expect by coming here to meet me? What do you want from me?
What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me?
I expected your help. just like my mistress said.
Oh, that's very nice.
Okay.
But have you seen this neighborhood? Have you seen this wreck called a hotel? Who were you hoping to find in a place like this?
Someone reliable.
Well, I am reliable.
Or do you go ahead and say I can't take this?
And
Like,
discreet.
all
That's
right.
right.
And thorough.
No question about that.
And has a heart of gold.
Okay, let's stop it right there.
I think she's trying to flirt with me a little bit.
Do you think you're cut out for this kind of work?
Not in the slightest.
Then why all of this?
I just can't say no to Natasha.
Would she hurt you if you did?
No, of course not. She's my friend.
I see.
Okay.
Have you ever felt truly vulnerable?
Honestly, very often, Mr. Featherland.
Great, because that's exactly how I feel right now, Deborah.
I'm sorry if it's too unpleasant for you, but we had no one else to turn to.
Oh, really? Here we go. Gonna be those kind of nights.
You know, I get that a lot, and it never ends well.
Do you like happy endings?
Okay. Hey. What do we got? What are we talking about?
Not in books or movies, but in real life it would be nice for a change. But this is Clawville. Not many happy endings around here.
Endings, aren't we?
I knew you were romantic at heart.
If what's between me and my whiskey could be called romance, then yes, maybe. A little.
All right.
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
All right. That's your mistress.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
I think you did. I think
You
you're
have a way
wanting
with
some of
words,
this frisky
sweetheart.
chicken.
Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Heh, smart answer.
All right. Well, I only have one option left,
Be
so
honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
I thought that was like
You
a
know,
little.
Mr. Featherland, my mistress's
forceful.
partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
exactly.
Are we gonna fight? Like meet up with like
Feathery
Marvel
gods,
heroes?
help me.
feathery gods?
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Get the hell out! I'm a decent cop. That's how you do it, partner. Not quite like old times, but you still got it. The old rooster still remembers some tricks, eh? I like super fat in this shirt. This is an older shirt. I don't wear button-ups very often. Okay. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to drink a little bit more then.
Browns.
Okay. So, The Notebook. Not that movie that, well, never mind. The Notebook is the detective's best friend. Here you gather vital information about the case, the suspects or victims, and the locations you'll visit. How does it work? Click any of the text or pictures in your notebook to read the translated versions in your language. Do you have chickenese? The victim, a lady, is the target of some strange threats. All of them are written. Mistress Messenger, Miss Deborah Ibanez. Employer is a certain Miss Natasha Kachenko. The employer Natasha's current significant other is the famous gangster Ivan Wessler. He's a mouse. Alright, so how do I... Okay, so this is the clues. Let's see. You can't zoom? Wow. Okay, gender female. Oh, she's an Impala, not a deer. That's what I was thinking about. I don't know why I was thinking deer. Pretty and fragile, nothing special. She runs errands for her employer, sophisticated lady, but I don't think she's from a particularly wealthy or influential family. She's afraid and she's secretive, or she's just secretive and outstanding, and an outstanding actress. In any case, not everything she told me is true. I'm pretty sure of that. Her employer currently bolsters the ranks of Ivan Wesker. To put it mildly, this explains the cloud of fear around Miss Ibanez. Hey, buddy. Natasha Kazenko. Species cat. Felis cactus. Gender female. Special feature, she has remarkable green eyes and she's definitely in trouble. So am I. Hi, buddy. I'm sorry. Can you get down? Okay. She is the employer of Miss Deborah Ibanez. Allegedly, she's receiving threats. Currently the girlfriend of the notorious gangster Ivan Wessler. This explains a lot of things, mainly the excessive secrecy. Alright, Hobart Ivan Wessler. Radis. Good-looking, charismatic, and a clucking gangster. Right, Leo, one of the most well-known gangsters of Clawville. Real estate mogul, bank director, museum owner, distiller, smuggler, and information broker. That's only half of what I've heard about him. He has his little dirty paws everywhere in the city underworld. Okay. No, I gotta... Ouch! Okay. Leo! He's trying to hold my finger. Wow, buddy. Oh, is it past bedtime for you? I'm sorry. Hotel Atlas, where we at? Okay. I think we've talked about this stuff. Yeah. Alright. And what's in my bag? Inventory. Here you will store all your essential items throughout the case. A gun, a cigarette, and my fake badge. Alright, Deborah.
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints. You know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555 111.
555 111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay.
We got a new item.
See.
Can I...
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment.
She's Russian
Miss
cat.
Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
She's Russian cat.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Oh, you want to dance?
Mr. Featherland?
You want to dance, Mr. Feline? Since you're feeling better from last night? Mwah. Love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Go on. Yes. I think I get hair on my face.
Santino, are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand.
Why are you
Don't you?
calling me Mr. Santino
Of
now?
course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well.
Is that why
But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
I'm just a very nice looking cock.
But
All right. When can I visit?
visit me?
Not you, Miss Katsenko.
Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded
I was gonna
clubs?
say, she did say that she hasn't been going
No,
out.
she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko, but there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
What?
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A
Just
good friend
kinda
of mine would
vibing
be
with the
happy to
music.
take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Is that your new friend? Or your... Okay, well, apparently we're gonna learn about this rabbit real quick. Alright, now we got new clues. Find Natasha at the Tsar. Natasha must know my wife Molly from somewhere, or perhaps she's very good at informants. Must find out what the connection is. So we got more information. She owns the Tsar Club. Lewis. Lewis C. Hayworth. Rabbit. That word. Old friend of mine. He is stuttering heavily. He is stuttering heavily when he talks. He is stuttering. Makes me stutter heavily. Lewis is the owner of the once reputable Atlas Hotel and a good old friend of mine. At the moment, he's my landlord, and only the two of us living in this unbelievably enormous hotel. He's crazy about the detective stories, and he gladly helps me whenever I ask him. And Lewis's number is 555-932. Obviously, I'm going to need to know that to call Lewis. And one of the most famous nightclubs in the city, owner of the juiciest booties and the hardest fists, frequent the place. And it's famous for not serving cops, especially if they're knee-deep in the dirt. So I shouldn't be going there, but we're going to. So it's 555-932. So that's going to be 932.
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
All right, well, that's going to be an issue. Thankfully, I can read, because, I mean, I can barely hear that. Oh, I picked the phone back up.
Lewis arrived a few minutes
Hi,
later.
Lewis.
He
Okay.
lived in the rooms above,
Fast as a
so it wasn't
rabbit.
difficult getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore.
Why is that?
The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place.
Okay. Hey, Lewis. We'll take a
The
scope
good
of
old
Lewis.
rabbit. I can always count on him, even on New Year's Eve.
Wait, hold on. Is that what day is?
Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
Of course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
Why is Lewis wearing gloves?
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk to me.
So... that's the bedroom door. Where's the...
I wanted to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm going to end up dead in here whether I like it or not. Maybe in another lifetime, old bird.
Now, let me go to the options. Change that back to normal. That way it keeps kind of with it. Once again, or do I select it from here? HQ of the department, aka the meat grinder. A huge dark building for shady people. And I don't necessarily mean those who are sitting in the jail. Oh, do I select from the map? Scene types. Main scenes. Main scenes move the story forward. These scenes also determine which locations open up or close down. You need to complete all of these if you want to beat the game. Limited scenes are open for a specific duration, which is determined by the main story progression. If you are a completionist, be sure to visit all of them before you move to the next main mission. Closed scenes cannot be reached for a time being. This state will often change throughout the story progression and can be temporary or permanent. Pick the next main scene if you're absolutely sure you don't want to visit any of the available limited scenes. Well, it looks... looks like that's my only place to travel.
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap
Pervin on a
bourbon
bunny next
and the
door?
red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night?
Chapter 1, Detour.
I knew where to find Marty. At the station, we'd always draw straws about holiday duty. Marty never joined in. He always took the New Year's Eve shift, even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years ago, we survived the night the press called the Bloody New Year. Forgotten by Clawville, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night.
Okay.
Did you miss me? No? Same here. Phyllis and Roy's. Two hedgehogs with an arrogance typical of
That
novice
one looks like a
cops.
ferret,
They're
not
as
really a
prickly as
hedgehog.
they look. Officious little shitheads, but harmless.
That looks more like a ferret than a...
Well, look at that.
Okay,
Hey,
now you
Sonny,
can see like the
what
quills
you
coming out his
scratching
back.
out over here? I heard the big boss threw you out.
Tough luck, boys. I may not be on duty, but I'm still a cop, just like you. Well, more than you.
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bird. By the way, you're on luck. Blood Boil's not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
Wow.
Oh, God. That clumsy buffalo is here tonight. If he doesn't end up in a cell again, he's lucky.
You got it.
You looking for Marty, eh?
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock together.
I see you're still the funny guy around here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the shooting range. As always.
Hey, Royce, I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead makes another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own raincoat.
I'd love to see that.
Hey, whose side are you on, you jerk?
Oh, God. All right. Well, there's that. We'll check out this poster real quick. The Crown of the King.
Every time this poster disappears, good old Blood Boil puts it right back immediately. I tore it down at least 3 times already. Actually, it's a kind of passive-aggressive game for us with the chief.
Okay.
Back in the day, I used to patrol the city's streets in one of these. I don't miss it, but it used to have its advantages.
Okay. We scoping everything out. Bullet holes.
This happened when that old bloodhound, Blood Boil, was promoted to chief of police.
Okay, what
The
happened?
Castilia clan thought this would frighten the old hound, but they were so wrong.
All right, real quick, I can go ahead and new people. Carlton Phyllis, hedgehog, male. Special features, I hate him. A real little ass plug. He is too small of a fish in the ocean to be worth bribing. Mason Royce, porcupine, male. I hate him almost as I hate his partner Phyllis. Big and dumb. It resembles my partner Marty a little, except that Royce doesn't have a kind heart. So was that arrow? Okay, it must be everything